Good morning, it's MJ, and today I'm going to show you how to do the Crow Tarot spread. I had an email the other day come in asking more information about this spread, so I'm going to give you a quick overview of how I use the spread. And this is just one layer. When I do a reading, my readings go about an hour long, and I layer them up we go around the crow 3 times to really get a full picture of each position, each station on this spread. So the first position is the heart. And this is, if you think about what you transmit out to the universe at that moment, at the present time, you know, if it's feelings of fear, if it's feelings, you know, that you're happy about something, or that you want something, or, you know, it depends on the individual, of course. So if I was reading this reading here, if this was a reading for a client, I would say, you know, I would ask, are you sending out the message that you really need a break, that you're exhausted? Are you trying to get more vacation time? Are you trying to get more alone time? Are you sending out that call, like, you know, for space for yourself, right? And so that's what you're sending out. If you think about the person, like what they're asking, what their order is for the universe, and then what the universe gives back as a result of this beacon. And this is what is coming to the client, or what's coming to you as a result of your call, of your heart call. So here, this client would get, say, the 6 of Pentacles. In this case, it may be that their wish is going to be granted, that whatever it is that they're hoping for is coming to them. However, there may be some strings attached. So take that into consideration, you know, and this is where I may ask a question like, you know, have you put it out there that you need a vacation, and has, you know, or you need time? What's been the response? You know, do you notice that people are like hemming and hawing, or, you know, or are they looking for a way to get something from you as a result? The next card is how we sabotage ourselves. And this is our subconscious mind. And this is that place in our brain that causes us to say or do or behave in a way that goes against our better interests. It's our fear. You know, it is where we are sabotaging our success because we may have a belief that was installed long time ago, like by a parent or by a teacher, and it seems to just come up. You know, it's like, it's that belief perhaps like that you're not creative. Like if you're told as a child, oh, well, you know, my kid can't draw, and then you stick with that in your head, and as an adult, you know, that's a belief that you hold, even though it's not true, right? So this area here is how you sabotage, or how your client sabotages themselves. And so with the Emperor here, this would maybe indicate that there is a fear of authority. There is a fear circling around not being good enough, not operating from a high enough standard, right? Of something not being fair, perhaps. So keep in mind, like when you see cards like that, or even the good cards, if it's, you know, say if it's like the 10 of Cups, there may be a concern that you're not going to get the happy ending and provide for your family as much as you would like. So this is where, with this card, this is where you can ask questions and really help your client, or help yourself, ask yourself the tough questions. What's blocking you? This is where the block is in this reading. This is where it really shows itself. And so it also plays with the hopes and fears. So here, this is where you can center your questions. Like, you know, are you hoping for things to come together? Are you hoping to find common ground? Are you hoping that you and your partner will become stronger? And this may help uncover areas where this Emperor is causing some friction. The grounding energy, and of course now, you know, your cards are going to be totally different, so I'm just using these as a sample cards. I just pulled them from the deck, and we'll see, you know, how this all sort of plays out here. But the grounding energy we have here is the Wheel of Fortune. So in this case, this is where, you know, I explain to the client, or I look at myself and I say, okay, yes, you know what, I do have this ability to accept things and know that this is just fleeting. You know, that whatever happens is not permanent. I do have that strength where I can persevere. There's tenacity that comes in this position with the Wheel of Fortune. So whatever that may be for you, if the Strength card shows up, the grounding energy may be going inward and knowing that you have grace and dignity, that despite any opposition, you can hold your head high and you can, you know, push through with courage. You know, if it's the Seven of Swords that ends up, like, we'll take like a negative energy card. If a Seven of Swords arrives here, it may be that you have the strength of knowing when you start getting in your own way, when you start getting into your head, right? When you start second guessing yourself, you have that ability to know when that's happening. So again, this is the positive side of the card. This is the reading. This is the positive attribute that you bring, or your client brings to your situation, to your life. The next card is the Lesson from the Past. And this is a card that represents a time that you learned something, or you gained wisdom that you could apply, or your client could apply to the situation at hand today. So in this case, you may look at this and say, you know, with this Queen of Swords, that you have a real clear vision, and you were able to experience a time when you were very decisive, and you knew what you wanted, your standards were high, and you made sure that you got what you had expected. And so this, you could ask, that's when you ask the questions like, how does this relate to your current situation? Are you not standing up for yourself today? Did you lower your standards? Are you negotiating away your power? See what I mean? Okay, the next is what I call the uninvited house guest, or the external influence. And the way I explain this during a reading with clients is, this is that energy that comes to you uninvited. So this could end up being your new best friend. This could end up being that person, you know, who comes along and helps you, or it could be that uninvited house guest that comes in and mucks up your carpet and spills red wine on your furniture and, you know, throws your cat over the balcony. You never know what you're going to get with this card. So in this case, you may encounter, like if this was a reading for a client, the Fool may represent an encounter with somebody who shows you how to be a little bit more relaxed and buoyant and, you know, free, you know, who shows you that life is really a big journey and gives you that lesson of faith, you know, in the process. So the next card is the Advice card, and this is the card that, as I explained to clients, this is the advice the crows are bringing to you to help you resolve the block, to figure out how to get your heart's desire, how to react to what's being given to you, and how to maintain that firm grounding energy. So in this case, the Page of Swords would be saying, hey, you need to speak up for yourself and speak your truth. If you need a vacation, you need a vacation, and you need to be upfront about it. You also need to be honest with yourself and those feelings and confront the Emperor. So this is how I would read the, you know, this spread, this crow spread. And again, when I do readings that are over the phone or in person, that gives me an opportunity to ask questions. When I do the video readings, it's a little bit harder because I can't ask the questions like, hey, you know, what's going on, you know, at work? Are you feeling stressed? So, but then again, so just to reiterate, when I do this reading for a client, I don't just stick with this one level. I go back around, and then we do the heart, and then it's like I would build on each position. And so in this case, the question then would be, do you need a break so that you can create? Do you feel like a creative urge is coming to you, but you really just need some time alone so you can figure it out? You know, things like that. And then we do this 3 times around. So however you want to do it, if you just want to do it once around, when I do a reading where we do the cards 3 times around in each position and then summarize it at the end, it takes a good hour, but there's so much information that is revealed, and really the blocks come through. It's like I have to say, the Crow is pretty magical in going through that veil and coming back and really bringing back to whoever's doing the reading and to the client the areas where there are blocks that the client didn't even realize they were doing to themselves. So anyway, this is how we do a crow spread.